Everyone, don't skip this part, because what happened inside that tiny general store shocked every customer, broke a billionaire's pride, and revealed the purest heart hidden inside a poor little girl. And trust me, you'll want to stick around till the end. If stories like this touch your heart, make sure you like this video and subscribe. It really helps us bring you more real, emotional stories. It was a quiet, dusty afternoon in Ridgewood Town, a place where nothing exciting ever happened. The only spot with any movement was Mr. Patel's general store, with its flickering neon sign and aisles stacked with everything from noodles to batteries. People walked in for quick groceries, kids ran in for candies, and the old wooden bell above the door chimed every time someone entered. That afternoon, the bell chimed softly, but the man who stepped inside didn't fit the scene at all. Tall, confident, and dressed in a suit worth more than the entire store, Alexander Ward, billionaire tech mogul, walked in with polished shoes and eyes glued to his phone. He had stopped to get a few essentials after his car broke down nearby. To everyone else, he looked like someone who belonged in a glass skyscraper, not a cramped store with peeling paint. As he picked up bottled water, a protein bar, and a few other items, he noticed people staring, but he didn't care. Alexander lived in a world where wealth solved everything, until today. At the same time, a tiny girl of about 9 years old tiptoed in. Her name was Mia, wearing a faded dress and sandals that were clearly too big for her. She clutched 3 coins tightly in her hand, money she had gathered by returning empty plastic bottles all morning. She kept glancing nervously at a loaf of bread on the shelf. The 2 lives, one overflowing with wealth, the other surviving on scraps, were about to collide in the most unexpected way. Alexander walked to the counter and placed his items down. Mr. Patel scanned them with the same friendliness he offered everyone. Alexander pulled out a sleek black card, tossed it casually on the counter, and continued scrolling through his phone. Beep, beep, beep. The machine flashed red. Sir, your card has been declined, Mr. Patel said gently. Alexander didn't even look up. Run it again. Beep. Declined again. A few customers exchanged looks. One whispered, "Isn't that the billionaire guy from TV?" Alexander's eyebrows tightened. He pulled out another card. Declined. Another. Declined. He felt heat rise in his face. His phone buzzed with a notification. All accounts temporarily frozen, suspicious activity detected. Please contact bank. His chest tightened. He had never felt powerless before, not once. People started murmuring, "Billionaire but can't pay. Looks like money can disappear just like that." Alexander swallowed hard, embarrassed for the first time in years. His voice cracked slightly. I'll come back later. Just keep the items." He turned to leave, but the bell chimed again, this time softly, timidly. Little Mia stepped forward. "Wait," her voice barely above a whisper. "Sir, did you need help?" Everyone stared at her. This little girl, with coins that weren't even enough for a loaf of bread, was asking the billionaire if he needed help. Alexander blinked in confusion. "I'm fine, kid. I just can't pay right now." She opened her tiny palm. The 3 coins glimmered faintly. You can use mine." The store fell silent. Mr. Patel's eyes softened. Even the gossiping customers froze. Alexander felt something shatter inside him. Every wall, every ego-filled layer, every assumption he had about poor people, kindness, and the world. "That money is for your bread," he said gently. She shook her head. "It's okay. My mom says, when someone's in trouble, you help first. Even if you don't have much." Her voice trembled. "And you look like you need help." A billionaire stood speechless. A child with nothing offered him everything she had. Tears pricked the edges of his eyes, something he hadn't felt in years. Mr. Patel cleared his throat emotionally. "Mia, are you sure?" She nodded shyly. Alexander knelt down to her height and took a shaky breath. No one has ever done something like this for me." She smiled softly. "Now you have." He placed a hand gently over hers, closing her small fingers. "No, I can't take your money. But I will never forget what you just did." He turned to Mr. Patel. "Sir, can you please ring up 1 loaf of bread, and anything else this little girl wants?" Mia's eyes widened. "What? No, I don't." "It's okay," Alexander said. "It's time someone helped you." He asked Mr. Patel to prepare a full basket, fresh bread, fruits, milk, even treats Mia had never dared to look at twice. When the total appeared on the screen, Alexander froze again. He still couldn't pay. But suddenly, the bell chimed once more. Alexander's assistant rushed in breathlessly. "Sir, the bank issue, it's fixed. Everything is restored." Alexander exhaled deeply and paid for Mia's groceries, the entire store bill, and then turned to her again. "What's your biggest dream, Mia?" She hesitated. I want to be a doctor. So I can take care of my mom, and people like you." Her innocence stabbed him straight in the heart. He gently placed a card in her hands. "This isn't a credit card. It's a scholarship card. It'll take care of your school, books, clothes, everything, until you graduate." She gasped, covering her mouth in shock. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "But why?" she whispered. Alexander smiled softly, a smile untouched by wealth, fame, or ego. "Because the richest person is the one who can give, even when they have almost nothing. Today, you were the richest person in this entire store." Customers burst into applause. Even the usually stern Mr. Patel wiped his eyes. As Alexander walked out, he turned back one last time. "Remember," he said, "kindness doesn't measure your bank account. It measures your heart." And in that small general store, a billionaire learned a lesson he would carry for life. A little girl changed the world with 3 coins. And every person inside witnessed a moment they would tell their children for years. And if this story touched you even a little, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more heart-touching stories, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it today, because kindness is contagious and you never know whose life you might change.